We have 3 hours to transform this 1985 Ford F-150 I picked up for $500. We'll begin here giving you a walk around. This truck is rough. The paint's terrible. The wheels and tires look terrible. The motor's super greasy. This thing was sitting since 2009. Dad and I got it running. It lost all oil pressure, and now it's got oil pressure again. So she's good, and she deserves a makeover. The interior is probably one of the worst parts. She's got holes in the floors. Her dash is cracked. Her seat is ripped. I mean, there's more bad than there is good. She doesn't even have a back glass. That's plexiglass. But she's a good old truck. She deserves some love. She is full-wheel drive. The bed is rough. We got a dented bumper, no tailgate. But a lot of that's gonna change. I'm going to allow one thing to happen before we start our 3-hour timer, and that's giving this thing a deep clean. The body, the underside, and the motor. Definitely recommend that degreaser stuff. The block's coming quite a bit cleaner right there. Well, I didn't think it was gonna come that clean. We'd have more grease, so we might end up making that block brand new as well and doing a complete rebuild on this engine. Oh yeah. All electronics and stuff wet. Sounds good. Man, that's a lot cleaner. It already looks like we've restored this bad girl. All right, the truck's quite a bit cleaner. We got our parts laid out. Got stuff over on the hillside over there. We actually have to pull some parts off of a truck. It's currently 2:58. We're gonna start this at 3 o'clock. We have 3 hours until 6 o'clock. There's the to-do list right there. 3 o'clock, timer starts now. Ross is gonna start on the wheels right here. He's on YouTube, Ross Triller, I'll tag him below. We got some bigger wheels and tires right there. Those will get cleaned up. I'm gonna start on the motor.
We just got these wheels off of this truck over here. They're 31s and these are 29s. They're in metric, so it's different sizing there. But we gotta get these cleaned up. They're pretty rusted out along the edges right here. So we'll go ahead and use the wire wheel, get all this cleaned up, and then we'll throw some white paint on them.
All right, let's make this motor get a new block on her. Oops. Oh, this is gonna look slick. Don't worry about taping stuff off. We're using the VHT. That's some header paint, so she should be good for whatever temp this motor gets. Paint the plugs. I think those look brand new too. Because why not? Your timing chain cover. Restoring. Don't know what I'm even spraying, but we're spraying. Screw it, let's paint the entire intake.
The wheel's all scuffed up with the wire wheel. Got all the corrosion and everything, for the most part, gone out of here. These two wheels especially are pretty bad. We'll start scuffing it up with some sandpaper. We got some 60 grit here, which is pretty aggressive, but these are some pretty rusted out wheels. So we'll go ahead and start sanding all the areas I couldn't get with the wire wheel.
Yeah, tell me that's not already looking better. Could have power washed her a little better, but we didn't have time. Don't mean to distract you, but what do you think about this?
Dang, that looks pretty good. Sprayed right over the grease.
Oh yeah, that's not grease, that's lubrication. All right, time to pop this off. That first pressure control valve. This wiring here. Well, that was hand tight. That valve cover bolt. That's lovely. None of these are very tight. I don't know if there's one in the back. A couple bolts under here. Now, our friends at Summit, they sent us some stuff. We had to pay for it for some reason, but they sent us it. Oh, these are hand tight. That made it easy. I was gonna hate putting a wrench to those. Our new cover though won't have this metal bracket, I don't think, so we're gonna have to find a new home for this guy. Right, all the bolts are out of the valve cover. Before we do that, I'm gonna make sure we'll give another coat of the old paint real quick. Make sure she's good because we don't want to get our new cover dirty. Put it on thicker so it blends the grease. Oh yeah, right over the grease. That looks, yeah, that looks very good.
Now I'm gonna hit it with some lacquer thinner and it should be ready for paint. Gonna get all the dust and old paint particles off. Holy shit, backside of these are bad.
This will be rocking. I think this thing was like $46. New gasket. Now the correct way to do this, you think you would want to put the gasket on the motor first, but you actually will stick it inside your valve cover. You just stick these little tabs in these holes like so. They should slide in fairly well. This will make it look better for whenever we go to sell this thing, and then it'll last them 6 months and I'll get calls and complaints that it's leaking oil everywhere. That fits pretty dang good on this cheap valve cover from made out of the Chinesium. I don't know how well this valve cover is actually gonna pull off here. Hopefully it's nice and easy. Oh yeah, which it was.
I want to see what those valves look like.
Oh, they're gonna be clean. Try not to knock a bunch of crap down in the motor. That hose right there is what's holding me up. Maybe pull on that guy. Look at the top end of her.
Not too bad.
Oh yeah, we don't even have to clean the gasket up. That's what I was worried about. Sometimes these stick real bad, but this one pulled off pretty good. All right, inspection of the top end of the motor. We'll clean this gasket area up just a tad here. See if we can slide it in place here. I should just take that fuel hose off. Set that in place. Gasket walked a tad. We'll go ahead. I'm gonna clean these little bolts up here and spray them. So the trick for painting little hardware, get a piece of cardboard, stick them through like that. What time is it?
I don't know. Let me see.
See how we're doing on time. We've got the block motor or painted.
30 minutes in.
30 minutes in. We got the block painted. We got a valve cover on with a gasket and got the wheels almost ready for paint. Ross has a little trick he's going to show you all for how he's going to paint these wheels super easily with the tires on them. The color choice for that, same as the motor because that's what we got. One strip. All right, those are brand new and we'll let those dry.
I had to run a screwdriver inside this little jam right here on both of these wheels because there's so much corrosion inside of there, but I think I got it good enough.
So what's different about this guy, it doesn't have a bracket right here for this electronic guy. I'll probably mount that to the firewall for our breather and stuff. We don't have an oil fill cap, so you'll just fill it through here. It looks like I need to steal the grommets to make these work out of this old guy right here. Old greasy grommets. Pop that one in and pop this one in. We got a lot of wiring unhooked. I'm not for sure what that's all about, but yeah. This big old Mr. Gasket breather will really tie this motor together. Ooh, these would have looked a lot better black than silver. The silver looks kind of rough. Tighten those down. Ooh. Oh yeah, that paint just came right off. We'll torque these down to spec. Or zip tie it, put it there. Brake booster, hook that up. Well, from this side, the motor looks half decent. We need some black spray paint to take care of the rest of this crap. That looks gorgeous. First thing on the checklist, about 45 minutes in, valve cover plus gasket, done. Now, I'm gonna powder coat the frame. This is our option for powder coating the frame. I think I should do it pretty quick. We're also gonna rebuild the suspension under this thing. Don't know how this is gonna work. Oh yeah, get it all. Holy crap. New shocks, new everything. There's no mud there, don't look. I was hoping to paint the inside of the bed, but I'm about out of this can already. I don't even think that'd do entire bed. I guess we can start on it and see how far it goes. We'll start right here. Damn. I should have got a lot of cans of those. That would have turned out good. That one's out. Didn't last very long.
All right, so we're getting ready for paint here, and we need to mask everything off, and I don't want to spend a ton of time putting a bunch of tape around here, newspaper or whatever you want to use, and still getting paint on the tire. So one little trick that I've used, and by the way, I've only painted like one set of wheels, so maybe you shouldn't be learning from me on how to do this, but get a deck of cards, and you can actually place it right in between the wheel and the tire, just like that. You can go around the whole edge of it, and that will pretty much separate the wheel from the tire. And it also allows you to go as far inside the wheel as possible on the outside. All right, this is the paint that Devin got. It's just a Rust-Oleum gloss enamel. It's a gloss white, so, and it's for rust, which is good because these things are absolute rust buckets. But let's start painting. As far as getting any overspray on it, there's pretty much none. All this stuff right here is all old stuff from when the previous owner painted this wheel. I would have liked to sand down some of these areas a little bit better, but again, we don't have a whole lot of time here, so this is the best I could do.
The top half taped off here. It looks kind of wavy, but I'm gonna have Ross help me on the bottom. I'm gonna hit this with a grit you shouldn't hit it with. This might as well be a cinder block straight to it. This is 60 grit. We're gonna rough her up nice and good, and then we'll go over with 320 to try and get the finishing touch on her. I hit it with the cinder block, then I hit it with 320. Still need to get the bottom, but she's coming along. I think two-tone's gonna be a world of a difference. I've been getting after it here. Not necessarily doing things right. Ross over here, on the other hand, though, he's doing it all right. Look at these wheels. He's got a royal flush laying in the center of the wheel.
I told Devin if he did these wheels, he probably would have had them done 20 minutes ago. But I'm over here just lacquer thinner, sanding everything twice, masking everything off. And Devin's over here just spraying it, spraying over grease and dirt.
Well, whoa, that's not happening.
It's coming out okay over here.
Yep, those are looking good.
Still kind of some chips and stuff from the old paint, but for the most part, it's looking better than it was.
Don't look at it down here. Look at it up here. This is going to be a 100-yarder. All right, we are an hour and 5 minutes in. We're making great progress, I think. This mirror needs to go since we got something to replace it. Oh, that doesn't feel good. I think that was a nice addition to the Ford. This is not ideal. It pulled the whole thread of my jig out of there, so we're gonna have a floppy mirror probably. I'm gonna put a screw in this one. That's not gonna twist. Mirror off, little gasket. Not good. job, it's gonna wrap around here. So we need to get this tail light out. Sweating my ball sack off out here. I got some in here. We need to get this broken one out. Ooh, this bedside's dented in. Those are gonna be tough to pull. Those screws. Damn, I don't even know if we're gonna get a tail light in this. We're gonna have to bend this all around. I didn't realize how bad this was pushed in.
I was like, why do I keep getting specks over here and it's bugs?
Those look good.
Yeah, they do look a lot better.
So that's a 31 1050. Those are two 3575s, which is equivalent to like a 28 or 29 and like 9.8 inches wide. We're gonna have a little bit more offset, and yeah, she should look better. Honestly, seeing this green tape down, it almost would look good once we have this all painted here. If we had a color pinstripe going all the way down it. Whoa. I wonder if I should do a practice run in the bed.
Yeah, it spreads pretty wide.
See how wide it goes. Okay.
Got it down.
Yeah.
It's about 8 times as much as one of these cans. Oh.
Oh. Thick.
You gotta do quick.
Oh, shit. We'll get a dusting on first. You definitely gotta move quick, don't you?
Oh, for the overspray.
Damn. We need tape further down.
Yeah, that stuff sprays really wide. Switching to the little cans.
I like those turbo cans a lot better. This weighs so much better. The overspray is ridiculous. Don't worry, we'll wet sand it. It's got a lot of runs right there. I think the wheels are really gonna set it off. What is that? Oh yeah.
That's how you fix it.
Yep. No more run. We got a decent amount of paint on that. It needs more, but we are running low on paint. It is 4:53, so it looks like we have an hour and 7 minutes to get that whole other side and all the other things we would like to do. Down to 45 minutes, we're still painting and we're running out of paint. We'll jack it up. We'll go ahead and get the wheels and tires on. All right, it is officially 29 minutes out, 5:31 right there. It is looking way better with those back wheels. I can't wait until we pull this tape off. Gotta throw the front wheels on and whatever else we can button up in the last couple minutes. Got an absolute mess out here. Right now, You guys have seen how we've been half-assing most of the stuff we're doing. Imagine building a SEMA build. It just shows you this crap takes a lot of time. Nothing about it's simple. Probably don't want to get this on your disc or rotors. If you guys enjoy a video like this, we've never done anything like this, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, comment what you think about the little girl. We think she's gonna look pretty good. Where's the little, look at her. Oh,
damn.
There goes the oil pan. She slid off this I-beam. Stupid crap. Smoked the oil pan.
Is it leaking?
Nope. Holy crap.
I'm seeing some fluid over by your head over there.
Huh?
Right there. What's leaking? See it?
Where?
Look right there.
Right here? Something is leaking back here. Have a new mirror to throw on. We'll do that first. On this side, I forget where I got this, but it's fairly cheap.
You got it on tow mode.
11 minutes. Ross is starting on this taillight. I did buy a new taillight right here for the driver's side. Fix it. Gotta get this bad boy to fit.
As long as you can get a bolt or two in there. Oh yeah, that side is kind of messed up. You can see right there.
Oh, my greasy paws on the brand new paint. All right, time to pull it. Woo. This will be the fun part. Hopefully it didn't bleed through.
That line is.
Oh,
it's freaking mint so far.
Man. Fresh. Look at all the overspray we got all over the motor and everything. Our valve cover's filthy. All right. See how this is looking. Dude.
Oh.
Oh, damn.
That's way up there.
Holy. We did a whole other line on it.
I'm about to get some lacquer thinner on that.
Damn.
We should have put a freaking plastic wrap over it. It's tape.
Should have got some plastic.
So we're pretty much out of time.
It is officially 6:01. Hands up. We about got her done. She is looking pretty dang good. You look back here, I like it. It's looking a lot better than when we started. It could use a pinstripe. Couple things to make it look better. We have overspray here. It will come off. I started scrubbing it right there, but it looks a lot tougher on the 311050s, and I think the two-tone looks pretty dang good on it actually.
Maybe $200 worth of value to it.
Yeah, but $500 worth of labor.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's hard to see, but that was this truck not too long ago. Well, we didn't quite get everything we wanted to get done in the 3 hours, but I think it made quite the transformation. It looks a lot better. The wheels and tires were probably the biggest game changer. Silver on the motor probably wasn't the best idea, and we could have probably cleaned it up a little better. But overall, this looks decent. I think if it had a red pinstripe going down right here to match the interior. We haven't gotten to dig into the interior. We just ran out of time with our 3-hour challenge. Just threw some floor mats over the rust, fixed. Not a bad looking old truck for a $500 ride. We say budget paint job here, but that was $150 worth of just random supplies there. It is not cheap. People say they do $50 budget paint jobs, but you just can't do it by the time you get the sandpaper and all the supplies you need. Also, heater core started leaking on this thing, so that's awesome. What do you have to say about the old girl?
Not much. Everybody go in the comments and comment hood stack it. And
Yeah.
we'll make a part 2 of this thing.
We could go as far as you guys like to see on this thing if you keep watching the videos. Let's take a look at the motor before we're done here. Oh, it looks a lot better than it did. We didn't get to clean up any of the wiring just because we ran out of time and we weren't going to fake it. It was the real deal. Yeah, she's leaked coolant everywhere. But if you stand back here, that motor looks decent. And the valve cover for 40 something bucks,
Yeah,
I recommend that.
pretty good.
Black on that motor, or you know, gold. I think gold would have.
And also, is this a big enough filter for this thing?
Well, come on.
Because that kind of looks like a lawnmower filter.
Lawnmower, that's performance,
This thing
baby.
needs a big cold air intake.
Performance.
You slice off this manifold right here and get some kind of bend. What is that, 2 1/4 or 2-inch piping?
Tiny, about what you're
Something.
packing, probably.
Yeah, so probably get that at AutoZone or something, and then just
Straight out of the top.
straight up 90.
Make this thing scream.
Or we could throw a big turbo over here.
A turbo would be awesome. People have done that. I literally think it has a. I can feel it.
I feel it over here, though,
I think it's this one right here. Hey, like you said, it's not about how the truck runs, it's about how the truck looks.